me tell you what you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy.
Oh, hey.
Welcome here. We're in the process of moving. Our shelf is a little naked today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Crockett and Tubbs.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make you happy or sad?
I don't know. I don't care either way.
You don't care about the Crockett and Tubbs?
No.
Not even a little bit?
I mean, well, you asked if I cared about the shelf being naked. No. It's we moving, so that's just what it is.
I think we've got maybe one more here, and then one more. We'll do one more podcast here, and then we won't be here anymore.
Mm-hmm. We'll have a new setup somewhere else.
Something different.
Something a little different, yeah.
Maybe the same.
Yeah. Might be a same background, but it'll be a little bit different.
No, the background will be different.
It'll be different, but I'm saying you might put up the same Crockett and Tubbs and like the same stuff.
I don't know. We're not gonna have that shelf.
That's the thing, man. This place that we're leaving got all these ledges, and that is a cool part of.
You like to have the ledges.
Yeah, it's just
all around the living room or the
Yeah.
main room, I guess, because
You can just
it's
put
kind of
stuff everywhere.
You can just put it all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's so convenient to just put stuff up
Mm-hmm.
because there's no like storage space in here.
Yeah, but you can store
So, like,
everything on your
all this
ledges.
is- all the place that's filled with stuff on the ledges,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have like a bunch of pictures and stuff that are
Mm-hmm.
kind of angled on the ledge
Mm-hmm.
on display, and then I would like hide stuff behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's like all the stuff behind the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we got a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
You don't realize how much shit you have until you start moving. It's like
I don't think we were literally like looking at it all in boxes though. I don't think we have that much stuff.
I mean, I don't think we have that much in that sense, but I mean the junk, like
Uh-huh.
the 3,000 pins that I have.
Yeah.
We got.
And I saw about 1,500 pins in the box that we're moving with. So we're keeping about half the pins, huh?
I threw a lot away though,
Uh-huh.
as well. Then the soy sauce packets and the Taco Bell packets and the random tape and,
And
the
the-
random screwdriver here. And
The hot sauce that you would get every time you go to New York Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And
We
you get
never
the
liked
weird
it.
brand hot sauce that's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what kind of hot sauce it is,
I don't know.
but it's
not
scary
good.
because the texture looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just all this miscellaneous stuff. You know, you have a junk drawer and you just throw stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you move, you got to clean that junk drawer out.
You gotta clean the junk
And
drawer out.
Going through just, oh my God, it's just a random penny,
Mm-hmm.
nickels, just screws and,
Yeah.
oh my God.
There was so I had to take down a shelf that we had right by our door today.
Mhm.
I took it apart and I packed it away. And, underneath of it was just dust bunnies, you know, they call them, the little fuzzies, and it was gross, and there was a couple pennies, and I just put them all in the dustpan, and they're in the trash now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm
Silly.
not sifting through to get these pennies. My grandfather, he'd be like, there's a penny over there. Like, he would come to our house and he'd
Okay,
see like
go-
all the pennies under the thing, and I'd be like, yeah, it's just a penny, and he would say, it's your first to $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But those pennies, they can.
Oh,
go
they
away.
got time to be picking up all these pennies and
Mhm.
not right now, anyways.
Not right now.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
We're going through a lot of because we are moving, and we have tomorrow we'll have like a week. Basically, today is like our last, like we're on the last 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
and because the 8th day we'll be out of here.
Mhm.
So we're going through like all the last stuff. The last time we do this, the last time we do that. And like today I went to Hi-Fi and I got a donut.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi donuts and coffee. I didn't get a sandwich, but I did get a donut and it was great. Had to wait in line. I was the last person in the line. So you forgot your shoes today.
Yeah.
Right. Well, actually, scratch that. You wore shoes to work, and they're not your work shoes.
Right.
And then you did the same thing yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. So 2 days in a row,
Mhm.
you forgot your shoes.
Yeah,
But today I was off. So
I put them on a shelf, so I threw them under there trying to get stuff out the way, and that's why.
But today I was off, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna hit up old Kirk because he can bring me my shoes.
Mhm.
Whenever
That was really nice of you, by the way, too. I appreciate it because I almost broke my neck when I got in there. That's the only reason I called you, because I did it yesterday and it was like I was fine. I didn't slip or nothing. But today it was the first 20 minutes and I literally almost.
And I saw the bottom of those shoes that you use for work. I think it's time for some new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time for some new shoes.
It is. It is time.
But anyway, that's beside the point. One time when I was in high school, I kept forgetting my practice jersey to football practice, and I had my mom bring because you take your practice jersey home to wash, and I had my mom bring it, or maybe it was my pants or something that I had forgotten. I couldn't practice one day, and then my mom left it with somebody I can't remember, and my coach found out that she had left it somewhere, and he was like, here's your stuff. And then he knew I forgot it the day before, and he was like, you know how much trouble you'd be without your mom? That was me. I was your mom today. But it looked busy in there.
It was busy in there. It's ridiculous.
I left. I went to Hi-Fi, and then I was like, man, what are all the things we're going to have to do last? And we've talked about it before, the Nothing Bundt Cakes. And it's a place that sells
Bundt cakes.
Nothing Bundt Cakes, right?
It's so silly. You had a whole store where you just sell Bundt cakes, and they're still open, so they're doing something.
They're doing good. And then I was like, well, I gotta get. They make little tiny Bundt cakes. I don't think it's really a Bundt cake whenever it's really that small. I think it's just kind of shaped in the way of a Bundt. Isn't a Bundt cake supposed to have a no center?
Yeah, but they're so small, it's kind of hard.
Right.
It's the mold that they're using, but
Yeah.
Bundt cakes are Bundt cakes because of the process and how they cook them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they normally, I'm pretty sure they put them in water baths when they bake them. So it's just a different way, and the shape, obviously, too.
Right. And so then I was looking at it, and then I found out that we're moving to Columbus, and there's two Carmen, Nothing Bundt Cakes there in Columbus.
Is it?
Yeah, it turns out that it's a franchise, so we don't have to get the Nothing Bundt Cake here because it's already over there.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I might just they're looking for a froster at one of their
Oh
locations.
my God, you gonna get a job there?
I might try to get like a little like the first like month we're there, like a part-time gig to get some extra funds in our pocket because we're going through the move. Maybe frost some Bundt cakes or something. I look into it. You know how much it costs to get a franchise in there?
Probably a lot.
It costs the range is $4,800,000 at the bottom end as an initial investment. Top end is $6,900,000.
$6,900,000.
Over $500,000 as your initial investment to start a Nothing Bundt Cake.
690,000.
Yeah.
Why you say 6,900,000?
6,900,000.
Okay, but don't nobody say that like that.
Why?
It's $690,000. Now, why you add that fucking extra hundred in there?
What do you mean?
Nobody says 6,900,000. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Is that 6.9 million?
No, that's 690,000.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah, but why you say 609, 690, 100? I don't fucking. Okay.
Anyway,
Continue.
it cost $500,000 to start a nothing bundt cake. So that woman, she had, or man, or whoever started this nothing bundt cake, that $500,000 to say, okay, I'm gonna start a thing. Here it is.
That's a franchise. I don't even
It's
think
too much,
it's that
right?
much to get into a Taco Bell or McDonald's franchise.
don't
I
know.
know that you have to pay a percentage and you have to also pay the funds to get into it initially.
They take,
but I don't think it's that much.
they take 5% for being in the franchise, and then they take an extra 6% a week of your money for the advertising fees. So you lose 11 right off the top.
You gotta have a good franchise and a good location for that to make any type of sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a McDonald's or a Taco Bell in a location where nothing else was around it, where you got a lot of business,
Right.
like the Popeyes in South Portland,
Mm-hmm.
they ain't got no problem paying those fees. They got a line around the corner all the
Around
time.
the whole thing.
Around the whole thing all the time.
Yeah.
But nothing bundt cakes, you got to just be rich and wasting money because I don't see how you're making that money
Right.
like that.
Yeah. I think last time I went there were some ladies in front of line with me. In front of line of me. In front of me in line. Is that
Okay.
the better way to
Yeah.
say it? Why am I
What's
talking?
wrong with you today?
I don't know. I've had a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of packing to do. And they couldn't decide what kind of bundt cake they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got to go and I got a snickerdoodle. A snickerdoodle bundt cake. Oh, it was amazing. Very good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Last time, would you get a lemon one or something?
Red velvet.
Red velvet. Yeah, you like that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then we tried Cheese Louise for the first time.
Cheese Louise.
And last time.
It was my birthday,
Yeah.
and we wanted to go somewhere else, but we couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
And so we walk around, and then we go to the Old Port Tavern, and we're like, hey, could we get a table for two? And they're like, oh, we're only doing drinks right now.
No food. We don't
No
got
food,
staff.
No staff.
Jesus Christ.
So we don't get no food from...
It's multiple businesses that have no staff that just went to drinks.
Yep, we're
Like,
just
well,
doing...
we'll survive off of drinks until we find staff.
Yeah.
Like, you know how much food and everything that is to go to waste while you just shut down? Jesus. That sucks.
Yeah, and so we had Cheese Louise. I had a wing-inspired grilled cheese. Cheese Louise, it's just a place that sells grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm.
They sell grilled cheese sandwiches. They've got mac and cheese, and they've got tomato soup, and that's it.
Yeah.
They got a variety of... They've got about, let's say 9. They don't do 10. They definitely don't have 10 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. No, maybe
but
8.
Maybe
or
8 or
9.
9. 9 with a special.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and I get the wing inspired grilled cheese, which had blue cheese in it, and some chickens, and
Yeah, buffalo chicken, blue cheese, and
some
raw
celery. Some celery in it.
Why would you put the raw celery in there?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just cook it down when you add the chicken? You still can taste it, but like they put raw celery, like when you get wings and you get the celery on the side. Nobody eat that nobody eat that.
And the funny thing is, I had wanted to try, maybe not for my birthday, but I had wanted to try, Cheese Louise for a while.
For a long time. Since
I'd be
they
like,
opened.
Cheese Louise.
Since
It's a
they
grilled cheese.
opened like a year and a half ago.
You kept telling me, it's just a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, what do you want to go there for so much for? For just a plain grilled cheese sandwich? I was like, it's not plain. They got all these varieties. You had a barbecue pork with a pineapple slice in it.
Yeah.
Anything else was on there?
It was pickled red onions, barbecue pulled pork, cheese, and then it had a whole slice of pineapple in there.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck y'all do this? Who came up with this concept?
It's a Hawaiian theme grilled
but
cheese sandwich.
you put a full lightly grilled pineapple inside of my pulled pork sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put raw celery inside of his chicken grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Who kind of idea was this? And how is y'all still?
It's artisanal grilled cheese, Carmen.
That's ridiculous. And then
the mac and cheese.
oh my god.
When you're at a place called Cheese Louise, and you have a dish called mac and cheese, which is half of
And then they hype
name.
it up on the menu like it's the world famous best mac and cheese ever, and it's the
Pretty
worst
sure it was
thing.
a powder. It was a powdered cheese.
It was some of the worst mac and cheese I've ever
I feel
had.
like Kraft mac and cheese is better. I feel like SpongeBob mac and cheese is better than like with the shapes.
Yeah.
Because they got extra cheesy in there. I think that the shape mac and cheese probably better than what we got there.
Anything you can get. You get some
Anything.
Annie's, that was better than that.
Uh-huh.
It's like, Jesus Christ. I was like, see, I mean, you wanted to go there. Now did you get what you
I
was
got my
looking
fill.
for?
I got my fill of Cheese Louise, and then whenever we were leaving, I was like, you were like, what did you think about that? And I was like, it was just a grilled cheese. You were like, that's what I've been telling you for months now.
Yeah, and it's like $16 for one too. They're not cheap grilled cheeses. They sell them
How
for
much
like,
was the total bill? It was like 40 something.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
two grilled cheeses
and
with
2 mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit much.
it is because the mac and cheese wasn't expensive, which it
And
should
then-
not have been anyway.
I had they call it a half and a half iced tea lemonade. It's an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
And I had to put some of your water in it because
it was so sweet.
it was the lemonade that they made was so sweet.
Oh my god,
It must have been some country time, lemonade.
yeah,
Oh,
something
man,
that they
it
poured
was-
some brisk iced tea in there. I don't know what they did,
It
but
was
the little girls behind us was like, "Ooh, this is awesome!" They was loving the sugar rush.
yeah.
You didn't like that.
No, it was the worst.
You had heartburn after.
I had a little heartburn afterward. And I'm off the Tums currently, so I gotta get some water immediately whenever.
For the
I start
time
to-
being, you're
yeah.
off the Tums, but I don't know how you deal with being off the Tums.
Why?
Because when you get heartburn, it hurt.
I feel like
I've only gotten it one time, and I was like, "What is this? This is unacceptable."
the minute I took my first Tums because I had some heartburn, I needed more Tums, and then
Yeah.
I needed more Tums.
As soon as you got a little acid, you was like, "Oh, Tums will fix this."
I think there was an interview with Larry David. They asked him if he used chapstick, and he said the same thing. He said, "If you use chapstick, I think you need more chapstick.
You do.
You constantly create the loop.
I don't think I do that, but I do carry chapstick everywhere I go. Sometimes you need it, so I do carry it, but
Right.
I don't use it like that. But I do carry it with me,
Right.
just in case. You don't want to get no dry lips, and then you're trying to lick your lips, and then it's gonna get more dry, and it's like, fuck, I need chapstick. So yeah, I carry for that reason, but it's not like I'm not like the Tum man. I'm not just popping Tums.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but you're off the Tums now,
Right.
and you're just dealing with the
Yeah, you just
occasional
drink some
heartburn.
water.
That's what I've been telling you.
Drink some water. It extinguishes the fire.
Yeah. Man, I feel like this summer I've gotten a super tan. I'm so dark right now. I think it's crazy. And I think that's because I walk around a lot. That's probably the majority of it. When I showed one of the girls at work, I compared my hand to my leg, she was like, "Girl, you're going to get the cancers. You need to get sunscreen." I was like, my mom never buys sunscreen when we were growing up because it's still black people don't need sunscreen.
Right.
And she was like, "Yeah, but you can still get the skin cancer too." I'm like, "Yeah, but I just got a super tan. It's for a few months and then it goes back to regular,
Right.
so it's fine."
And then you're gonna be complaining about how you got the Michael Jackson, you say, because your face doesn't go to the
It doesn't go back
pales.
to.
It pales in segments.
Yeah, I got
It'll pale around your eyes.
Yeah, my eyebrows. My
Right.
skin is more even now because I'm darker.
Right.
But yeah, once I start getting lighter, it's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah.
I've had horrible skin my whole life. It's been something I've had to go to the dermatologist for and deal with forever, and it sucks. So the nice part is I'm not all blotchy right now because I got a little bit of a tan. But yeah, as soon as the winter come, I'm gonna be like, God damn it. I'll take that tan again, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's been so hot. It's starting to lighten up now, I feel. Like today was a little cooler.
Today
So,
was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool yesterday.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I wore a hoodie to work today.
Yeah, it's still humid inside the place, so I've actually had as I've been home today,
Mm-hmm.
I've kept the AC on just to keep the the wetness in the air down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was I looked at a bunch of YouTube stuff, and I watch a bunch of reality stuff and clips and all this stuff, and I came across some funny stuff on the internet. That Tom Segura and Garth Brooks beef.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Andrew Schultz on Two Bears One Cave or something like that. I'm not sure if it was Andrew Schultz or somebody else, but
Great start.
oh yeah, well sorry. Oh, you can still find it. Whatever,
Okay.
look it up. But they were talking because there's been this whole beef with Tom Segura and Garth Brooks.
I don't think that there's really a beef. I think that it's kind of one-sided.
Well, that's what they were talking about. The guy was saying how like I've known Garth Brooks or like I'm saying I can't remember what comedian it was. But there's like I've met Garth Brooks. I've known him for a little bit. He's a really nice guy. I don't think that I think the person texted him and was like asked him about something, and he said Garth Brooks don't hate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Andrew Schultz. He was like, I think he hates you. Dude.
Uh-huh. What it was Tom Segura knew somebody that knew like Garth Brooks, somebody on his team, and then they mentioned in their conversation between each other, they're like, oh, what's wrong with that Tom Segura guy? Why is he such an asshole? Why does he do all these things to Garth? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy was like, you think Garth hates Tom Segura? Garth Brooks? And then he said, no, Garth Brooks doesn't hate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My story is all the way a little
Yeah.
bit off. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Right.
I just thought that was a funny clip because, okay, Tom Segura did kind of send his fans on Garth Brooks, and they've been harassing him and like filling his page up with comments and
Right.
going off. I don't remember what the initial beef was in the first place. Like, why the fans? Was he supposed to go on the show and just never
No.
came?
Nothing
He
like
just
that.
he just decided we're gonna attack Garth Brooks.
Yeah, they totally instigated the whole thing. He made some Facebook page, and then it was really creepy. He's like Garth Brooks is in a hotel room, and he's like, let's get the conversation started. He's like, I heard Facebook is where like the conversation starts. It's all about, and I want to talk to you people. Yeah, I like that. And he's just like in bed in his hotel room. Like it's really weird. It's like super creepy. And then they go into like the videos, and then they're like he's got a beard and it's like dyed, and he looks like a weirdo. And then they're like he's a serial killer, and then like they're like where are the bodies, Garth? Then they start like then Tom Segura like mentioned him on an Instagram post, and then he got restricted, and yeah, it's a whole big thing. So now like the YMH fans, Your Mom's House podcast fans, they bomb every post that Garth Brooks makes.
Yeah, they just flood his page with comments and different little comments from the show and phrases and
Right.
stuff, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, and it's funny how
The power of social media.
the power of social
It's like
media.
we're gonna get Garth Brooks, and he's the perfect celebrity to like go after because he's not
and he's
gonna-
so big. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing.
he's not gonna do nothing, but they just get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
It's irritating him a little bit. There's no way it doesn't.
Right.
Like he can't even write a post.
Yeah. And I actually belong to a Ween group, the Ween, and I don't even think it was the Ween Meme Exchange. I feel like it was in the Ween Appreciation Society page on Facebook. Somebody was talking about something with Garth Brooks, and Dean Ween broke a guitar because Garth Brooks had it or something. Or no, I take it back. A roadie that worked for Garth Brooks had something signed by Dean Ween. But I said, where are the bodies? on just on a comment on the thing, and then I got like a thread underneath my post of all these YMH people, like with like gifs or gifs, of Garth Brooks. I like that, and just stuff like that. So I don't know. It's funny because if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny. It's like, let's get Garth Brooks. He ain't even doing nothing wrong to nobody.
Right.
Yeah. He can be a little creepy if you want.
Sure.
A lot of people are creepy.
Yeah.
But he's just minding his business, then they just attacked him. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the way social media works.
He had a video with his wife, Garth Brooks and his wife, and they're like trying to get start a fundraiser for like the people in the Ukraine, and like he's like, let's do it for the Ukraine, and then he like laughs like hysterically, like really weirdly, and they're like, what is that? Like, why does he do that? It's just like he doesn't know how to be a normal person.
I saw that, yeah. I saw that one. But yeah, so I saw that, and then obviously this whole situation with Beyonce. She just came out with a new album, and she uses the word spaz in her album, and like all the a lot of people from the UK start attacking her, saying that you can't use that word, and apparently in the UK it's like the word for a special needs person, so you're not supposed to use it. And because she is a global superstar, like you got all these people from the UK chiming in, and so on top of that, one of the singles on her album was a sample of, I'm not sure if it was Khalees Milkshake or it's one of the songs Khalees did. She's the one who made that Milkshake song. And Khalees goes on there and she's like, Beyonce sampled my song and that's wrong and all that stuff. But like, everybody's saying pretty much when she does a sample for a song, it's not like Beyonce's calling you to get a sample cleared. Her team is like, hey, we want to use this song. Can we, they reach out to the appropriate people. Right. They clear the song. I think she's upset because she don't own the rights to her music. So Beyonce can sample her music and there's nothing she can really do about it because it's not like she illegally did it. She went to the people who own your catalog. Yeah. And so she went on there and like, yeah, she stole my song and blah, blah, blah and all this stuff. So Beyonce said, okay, whatever. She removed her song and her credits. Because I think they gave her a couple credits for it or something. And not saying she gets it or not, but they removed her song from the thing, her sample. And it's like, okay, you ain't doing nothing in your life right now. That could have helped you get back on top.
But maybe she thought it could have done something else for her. Maybe she saw a short gain rather than a long gain.
Yeah, but she just pulled the trigger and then take it off.
Maybe she didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know what people think.
Dumb. Everybody like, why would, like, okay, so you complained and then you get nothing. But if you didn't complain, if you just went on there and said, this was my song and I'm happy that she's using my song, that would have lit fire under you. People would have been like, oh, that's that Khalees. You know what I mean? It would have gave you a little more recognition versus going on there and bashing her and then she take it off. Now nobody's going to hear your music and nobody's checking for you.
Right.
Like, girl, you so stupid. Like, I don't know. But that's been the little thing around Beyonce. All the what they call it, the Beehive, her group of fans.
I don't know.
Beyonce, she has the Beehive.
Okay.
You gotta keep up, Kirk.
No.
Nicki Minaj, she got the Barbs.
I don't need to know though.
It's like the for Wing, what they call themselves, the Flam.
The Flam, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing, same concept.
No, I get it.
Yeah, Beyonce is the Beehive.
But you don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't care about Beyonce.
No, what do I care?
People do though.
I couldn't name you one. Well, I couldn't name you 2 Beyonce songs.
What are they?
I couldn't name you 2.
Oh, you know at least one?
No, at least Who Runs the World?
That's all you know?
Is that what the name of the song is?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I know. And that's just
Get
because
out
of you.
Here.
And that's just because of you. No, I'm
Kirk,
serious.
Beyonce songs be everywhere. There's no way you don't know.
I'm just saying I couldn't
Beyonce
name
song.
2. I couldn't name 2 of them, Carmen. That's okay.
Oh, you gotta start listening to more
Could
Beyonce.
you name 2 Ween songs?
Yeah.
What?
Stallion 1 and 2.
This is part 1 and 2?
Yep. Bam.
Okay.
2
Good.
songs.
Good job. You could probably name 5 of them then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird because a lot of things are going on with the streamings. People are upset. Netflix is, cracking down on like password sharing and stuff like that. I think that Disney Plus is raising their rates.
Yeah.
A lot of streamers are putting commercials into their thing, and people are like, "Hey, I've got to pay for this." People got comfy with. I remember when Hulu was commercial based, and then they came out with like the Hulu Extra or something, Hulu Plus, before there was all these pluses and stuff, and then you could get stuff with no ads. But when Hulu had come out, it was just like you could watch like the stuff from the stuff that was on TV the night before, the next day, and it still had commercials, but it was like one or two. It was great. Well, HBO Max, they joined the streaming wars, they call them, and they've been doing some weird stuff. They had a whole like Batgirl movie, and it cost $90 million to make, and it has Michael Keaton in it. He was going to be Batman in the Batgirl movie, and they said that it's not going to be released on HBO Max or in theaters. They just completely scrapped the whole thing. And then they've taken off like a bunch of already released like HBO Max originals. What do you think about that?
What you think about that? You the one who like to watch all that stuff.
I think that I don't have a problem turning off and on like streaming services. What?
That phone is still going? They just gonna keep, they ain't gonna hang up.
It's a messenger call that I'm getting.
I know.
And those go forever.
Yeah, but the person on the other end could just hang up.
$10 says it's Jose. Anyway, so they've completely scrapped this Batgirl. They took when you sign on to anyway, like I was saying, I don't mind turning off Netflix, especially because some of the original stuff I wouldn't mind watching.
Right.
We still haven't finished Stranger Things.
Right.
We've got one episode left.
Yeah. We're gonna finish it before we go.
And but I know that whenever I turn off Netflix and I turn it back on, Stranger Things will always be there. Right. But with HBO Max taking down their original stuff that they had made, like American Pickle. It's a Seth Rogen movie that was it was their first HBO Max original movie, and then a bunch of their stuff. They've taken it away.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. So maybe they create a sense of urgency, thinking, "Oh, if I want to see those originals, I gotta keep it."
Hurry up, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's some type of strategy with it. I'm sure.
It's strange.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today.
If you say so. I don't need to pick up that call.
I feel like you do.
Oh.
Jesus, boy. Well, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.